Good evening, everyone. This is Nosheen Mukhtar, and you're watching me live. It's great to have you with us today. I have invited, in particular, a great friend of mine, somebody who inspires me towards a lot of good things, and somebody who does a little bit of what I do, but with a different style. Yes, none other than Dr. Mansoor Al Obeidli. How are you, Dr. Mansoor? And how is
Assalamu alaikum.
everything on your side?
All good, alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum to everybody and to you, and thanks for inviting me to do this. I think it's going to be great. So yeah, everything is fine on my side. You tell me, how are you?
Everything is fine here as well. Was just
Great.
one of those busy days when too many emails need to be answered.
Tell me about it. All right, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
Yeah.
put the
So,
link here.
okay.
Yes.
All right. We have a lot of friends with us today. A lot of people who are joining us. Please quickly drop in comments where you are joining us from and what do you do, because a little bit of intro matters a lot. We are very happy to have all of you with us, especially Krishan Patel and Mullah Abdul Azim, Amit Singh and Asad Ahmed. Thank you for joining us here. So let us have an introduction of Dr. Mansoor. Please tell us about you.
Okay. So let's begin with my educational background. I'm a medical doctor, but then for the last 9 years, I thought of getting into the space which was not experimented with. It was not like a booming sector inside, within the UAE region and Middle East. So I became part of an organization that was doing good events, and I just took it to one step ahead, adding entertainment to it.
Okay.
So basically, what I do now is provide the platform for creative talents, to come out and get exposure, promote themselves, and they make a career out of something they love doing. Yeah? It's more like about
Right.
something like a passionpreneur. So I promote people's passions to make it a career instead of doing a job to make a living. They can do what they love to do a living.
Yes, which is great. Something that I do as well. So we have this in common, being good
Yes,
friends. So,
yes.
how you got associated with the fashion industry, and why you chose to do a lot of things in that industry itself?
Actually, it started with my mom, to be very honest with you. One day she came to me complaining that whenever she wants a hairstylist, everybody's busy with the weddings and all this over the weekend. So I just joked with her. And it was like around 2011, like 10 years ago. Joked with her
Okay.
mom, and my favorite actor, like in some scenes, and I also make a joke out of it. I mimic him, Shah Rukh Khan. And I mimic like, mom, one day, I will, get these hairstylists to your doorstep, and they won't even charge you for it. And she's like, shut up, it doesn't happen. So, spicy,
Don't
seriously.
don't tell me that don't tell me that you are imitating and you can imitate Shahrukh.
Yeah, I can, but I'm lowering the tempo, because it's like, so, yeah.
All right.
So,
I have a
so that's
friend who does it very, very nicely and
really,
very accurately. Seriously. So both
I'm
of
on
you should
camera,
do
that's why I
some
don't want to
try
do it.
together.
Yeah, so that's how it started. But then, on a serious note, I became a part of an organization that was
Okay.
promoting businesses and talents, and I added to it basically and made it my own. And then I made it bigger on a bigger platform. So right now, everybody knows me as the Middle East beauty ambassador. That's my title.
Yeah. Yes.
So I tried. I got the title after 9 years of being in the field. Actually, before, because when I entered this industry, people used to laugh at me. He's like, Mansoor, this is a lady's work, or a woman should be doing this. I
Yeah.
said,
A lot
I'm
of
not the
people give the
most.
same impression.
Yeah, because I told them, see, it's not about being the most beautiful ambassador that I cannot be, but it's about beauty ambassador.
No,
It's
you
like
are handsome,
promoting.
of course. Of course, you are handsome.
Thank you, very
I know
kind.
you are fishing for a compliment.
Do you
All
want
right,
to go
here
to
is
heaven?
my
Don't
friend.
mind.
Yes,
Okay.
okay. So,
So
yeah,
yeah, so
I
this is
agree
how it
with
started.
you on this. Like, we have conventionally stereotyped even professions, and we
Yes.
feel that specific profession is only for a gender, but that's
Yeah.
not true.
No.
Anybody, man or woman, can lead fashion industry, can lead events, can launch feminist campaign or anti-feminist campaigns.
Yeah.
It's nothing in this world
Yeah.
has to be gender specific. And we
Except
need to grow out
having
of these
babies.
stereotypes.
That's it, which is a plus for women. So, I respect that. But yeah, you're right. Completely agree with you. On a serious note, I think anybody that is passionate about a field, I think they can at least experiment with it, and if it's going fine, and you're honest with it, you have a core intention which is really strong, and it's for helping
Yeah.
the community or doing some or making a difference. For me, it was about making a difference. I just wanted to do something that is missing and that does not exist, and I just had the vision to go with 100% belief, that
Yeah.
this will be something in the future. Even my family didn't agree with me, even today, they're very
Oh.
doubtful, very doubtful. But I said, no, I'll do it on my own because I did not use any of my connections or anything to get where I am. I just worked hard with people who were nobody then, but they're somebody today so I worked, I made connections with people on a personal level. That's how like it all
Yes.
came to be right. I mean, it was nothing like I want to do something great. I just want to do something good, and it
Yeah.
became great in time. Alhamdulillah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I like what you have just said. I just don't want to do things just for the sake of doing them. I want to do them because they sound good, they feel good. And I agree with you 100%. Like, I chose to do a lot of things not because I had to do them or because I wanted to do them for the sake of money, but
Mm.
because they were fun and
Yeah.
they made me feel good about myself. And
Mhm.
also, the people around me got happiness from them. So I believe
Yes.
that your venture, Bedazzled Events, is a venture that gives a lot of happiness to a lot of
Yes.
people around you, including myself.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Exactly. That's
So,
why. I'll tell you
yeah.
something. Why I started this. I studied acting, in Romania when I was doing my medical university. I did theater. I used to do a lot of, participation in extracurricular activities. And,
Okay.
and when I came back here, I realized there is no platform for anybody with any kind of talent to show
Hmm.
it anywhere, get exposure out of it, or get paid for doing it. Nothing. It was just something like a hobby. They call it a
Yeah.
hobby. These things, which
Yeah.
actually generate the maximum business and money all over the world. They're called hobbies in our regions. And I don't know why. Why are we pushed not to go for these things? Fashion, beauty, acting, design, art. I don't know why. Because even if you see like whatever is selling these days, the millions is coming from this business. People don't
Yeah.
realize they're still stuck with the doctor and engineers. Okay, I became a doctor thanks to my family, and I liked it
Yes.
also. But then when I came to the practical side of things, I thought life is supposed to make us happy, you know, and it should not be
Hmm.
inside a room. It should be like under the sky. I mean, more of a natural habitat, and you choose where you want to work from. This is why I chose this, and it, the main reason was to make people happy because when I used to meet the people, I realized that they used to be so unhappy doing what they're doing because they're
Yeah.
doing it just to get a salary at the end of the month. And these
Ah,
30,
yes.
30 days that they were working is like a suffering for them. So when I used to see this,
Hmm.
the customer service goes down. Okay, there is no
Hmm.
confidence. There's low morale. There is no interest in life. So I said I need to do something, somehow in a small way, to eradicate this kind of mentality. And that's when this whole project started. I created this. So that people would be like, oh
Right.
wow, there's something for us to. It's not just about makeup artists, hairstylists, designers in our events. It's also for live performing artists and magicians, actors, producers. It's for people who can perform on stage, any kind of talent. We promote them. We give them a platform. Come showcase yourself, get jobs from our industry people, and make money out of it. I mean, it's like a career, making a career, basically the first step.
Wow. This is cool. It's difficult. Like, you studied medical science, and then
Yeah,
instead of staying in a hospital, you decided, no, I need to do something that really needs an answer, especially in your own country. And it is
yeah,
big. I really respect that from the deepest core of my heart because you are somebody who changed a trend. You challenged the status quo and you started doing something that nobody like you said, even in your family had people had objected to it. So
Yes,
yes, it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of determination to go ahead and do that. You
yes,
are
yes.
a passionpreneur in right sense of the word.
Thank you, thank you. But if anybody would ask me that, Mansoor, would you advise anybody to go ahead and do what I have done? To create this, I would tell them first. I would tell them no, because trust me, it's not at all easy. It was
It's
a
not.
lot of it was a lot of bats, people turning against you, being upset with you, not being
Yeah,
content with your choices. They'll be like, discouraging you for what you want to do. And if
there will
you
be a
even
lot of criticism. Every
too many
action will be
criticism.
judged
Yeah,
intensely.
and for me, it was like, why would you leave medical field to do this? So it was
Yeah.
like it had no respect till I started receiving awards from the royal family members. That's when people started taking notice, and when it was written about in the newspapers, and people start talking about it.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
and people need to know one thing: it's not only that you are struggling and then there is success. There can be failure after that success, then again more failures, and then one success, small one maybe a big. But then
Yes.
failure can always come. But failure does not mean that we failed to do what we're trying to do. It's part of it. It's like there is you make tea. There is sugar. There is milk. There is all these stuff. So there cannot be success without failure and struggles. So it's a
Yes.
mix, and there's no order.
It's a mix.
There's no, like people normally say, there's
Yeah.
you struggle, and then there's failure, and then success, and then khalas, that's the end of story. No, it's not an Indian movie. You know, life is more complicated and
It's
multi-layered.
complex. Much
Yeah, it's
more complex.
complex.
Yes.
Exactly. So yeah. So if you are ready for that kind of a thing, but
Hmm.
you have the flexibility to be your own boss, and you make a choice
Yes.
that no matter if I have to end up on a glucose biscuit and tea for the whole day, you're okay with it. Go for it. Because it's
Yes.
not going to be easy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I agree with
nobody
you.
owes
But
it to
you
us,
know, before
basically.
taking, yeah, one point I'd like to add here, before taking the
Please.
leap, you have to see that when you are in the air and you need some support, there is somebody to help, some sort of help, like mentorship, like
Yeah.
maybe financial support, maybe moral
Yeah.
support. Because
Yeah.
if you don't have any support at all, it's going to be even more difficult. So, yes,
Yes.
it's good to follow your passion. It's really, really good
Yes.
to do what you love
Yes.
to do instead of following what people dictate to you. Because when our
Yeah.
family is telling us, okay,
Yeah.
follow this and not this, they are actually trying to control our decisions. And
Yes.
sometimes
Yes.
we find ourselves in a quagmire because we go with what they want us to do instead of what we want
Yes.
to do.
Yes. Yes.
So
And it's
that
never
makes a lot
easy.
of difference.
A lot. And the other thing is that, other than just struggling to do something, a lot of people might turn negative and or lose themselves, or say that, okay, everybody's been bad to me and now I'm going to do the same. That's the wrong attitude. I completely disagree with that. You need to make sure you are a good person while you're struggling. Nothing
Yeah.
should change you. You should promise yourself, like I did when I was 9 years old, that it doesn't matter what happens in my life, whether I meet good people, bad people, whatever. I'm never going to say
Hmm.
I changed into a bad person because of this reason or this person. They
Yes.
did this to me, and so I became like this. I never want to
Hmm.
give the credit for my failure or success to a third person.
Hmm.
Does not even
Yes.
deserve that recognition. So it was always like, if you decide this and you put it in your head, this is how I'm going to live my life. Is, I think, when it
Hmm.
will have higher chances of working. When you don't
Yeah.
stop giving excuses for anything and just not be lazy. That's my thing. For me, because me coming from a background where I was the laziest person on this planet till the age of 20, you know, till what I have become since then, when I decided no, not anymore. So the secret to any kind of small or big or medium success is not being
Hmm.
lazy.
Yeah.
That is the only trick. There's no other trick.
I
This is the
agree
only
with
thing.
you. The moment you're going to slow down, you're
Yeah.
doomed. Because
Yeah, yeah.
especially now, since last 10 years, life is gaining pace.
Yes,
And
yes.
every sector, every field which is there,
Hmm.
all possibilities that are there are only for the people who are
Hmm.
not getting tired and are not lazy and are proactive.
Yes,
So I
yes.
agree with you again 100%. It's true. It's
Thank
very
you.
true.
Yeah, because see, when you slow down, there's somebody else running at their maximum speed. So you just slow down
Yeah.
one bit, and they take over. So I think there needs to
Yes.
be a balance of everything. And if I what I try to do is to be a happy-go-lucky person, even if the worst case scenario is right in front of me. I just like to be positive. And subhanallah, somehow something happens in the last seconds, and everything changes, and
Yes.
everything works out for the best. Because if it doesn't work out, maybe you need to take more care next time, to like
Hmm.
giving the space between your events. I was really bad
Hmm.
at that. Luckily, that time I
Yeah.
was spent financially very well off, so I took care of it. But in today's times, today's period, today's situation, I would never take such risk of doing an event every 2 or 3 months. I need the
Hmm.
gap of 4 to 6 months to properly set it
To
up with the proper
prepare.
team. Yes,
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 and
yes,
there is
yes,
in
yes.
events there is a lot of activity involved. It's not like a small thing. If
No,
you're going to have like 200, 300 people in a room under
yeah,
one umbrella, and all of
yeah,
them are coming from different backgrounds and are representatives of different brands, it's
yeah,
likely to be a lot of work. Mere
yeah,
registration will take many, many days. So
yeah,
yes, I
yeah.
agree with you. It's a lot of planning. It's a lot of
Or
uh, foresight. It's a lot of analysis that goes into
yeah, concept building and
setting up
everything.
an event. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
it's a lot
Bedazzle
of.
event has how many events so far under its umbrella?
Which one? Bedazzled events. Bedazzled events
Bedazzle.
has more than 35 events globally, beauty
Wow.
championships. But in
Yes.
Dubai, it's the fifth one that we're doing on the 31st of July this year.
Okay.
Yeah, but then now we're going to
Okay.
speed it up, and we'll be having like four to five events per year, which will be like
Hmm.
championship events, in different creative fields. Like on the 31st of July, we have the UAE Bridal Makeup and Bedazzled Awards. So it's like
Hmm.
entertainment, come networking, come gala dinner, come exhibition, and promotional event. So it's like a live makeup championship, but then it's got a lot of entertaining stuff happening, launching of brands and launching of different business products, cosmetics, healthcare technology, cryptocurrency, healthcare, wellness, fashion, beauty, all of them.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So
the one.
I'm going to scroll through the Bedazzled events. I will try. I don't promise that it will work 100%, but this is the event which is coming up. It's UAE Bridal Makeup and
Bedazzled.
Bedazzled Awards, and there are a lot of categories in this one, and
Yeah,
there is a lot of activity happening in this event. If you have to sign up for this, we will share the link with you very shortly. Just give me a few minutes and I will share that with you.
yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
So the
Yeah.
when you were conceiving of this idea that you need to do this in Dubai, what was on your mind?
Uh, I first did it in different countries, and then I came to Dubai with it because Dubai doesn't give you second chances sometimes. So I
Yes.
need to make it a foolproof plan and idea to see how it might be perfect. Before it was
Hmm.
just a simple six-table competition with public coming in just to see it and then go home. But then I made it. I added entertainment to it. Added performing artists to it, and the stage, the whole thing. So it's like an all-in-one event. Under one umbrella, you have everything there, all industries, all businesses, all kind of different kind of people from different industries. So it's become a networking event and the makeup championship. So it's makeup, hairstyling, designers, have fashion shows. So this
There will
is a
be
lot of
ramp
going.
walk. Yeah,
Yes,
there will
yes,
be
yes,
ramp
yes.
walk and
We'll have celebrities attending and government officials, celebrity juries. So we have a lot going on there. Like it's really fun. I like the vibe of it. That's why I can't wait to always. Now the this event is not even happened yet, and I'm planning the November event. Already posted the poster. I don't know if you have seen it. The Barbers World Cup.
okay. I saw
Yeah, so it's
it.
already there. It's in November. Oh, you saw it? Okay, it's in November. Oh yeah, I saw your comment on LinkedIn. Yeah, yeah, you're right. So yeah, it's in
Yeah,
November.
it's yep,
Yeah,
yep.
that's again is a
You're
unique
also
concept.
hosting yeah, you're also hosting an event specifically for men.
Yeah, that's the one, the male grooming event. UAE barbers. Actually, it's not just men because there are a lot of talented female barbers as well, women barbers. So I wanted to be like, for example, I let a lot of men makeup artists, take
Okay.
part in this event. So I'm like gender equality. You can just come and you have the freedom. Doesn't matter. Like if you have the talent, come and take part and make a name. Make a career out of it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
this one
you
will
can
be in
find
November. Yeah.
Yes, this is for the audience. You can find more information about more Bedazzled events from Instagram or Bedazzled, which is here. And you can also follow Dr. Mansoor on LinkedIn. You just need to type Dr. Mansoor and you will find him quickly. He is very, very
Oh,
famous.
really? It's not Mansoor Al Obeidli, MD. I think I changed it. People were finding hard to find me, so I put Mansoor
Really?
Al
Okay,
Obeidli, MD
let
now.
me check for a
Yeah, yeah,
second what you have done.
yeah. We don't have any people right now on online, or
No, because it's evening. So
ah,
okay.
what happened?
So,
Some setting issue?
yeah, I found it. So there is no doctor with the name anymore. I will
Mansoor
just
Al
paste
Obeidli,
it
MD.
here.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, I found it.
Excellent.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, how were the people for awards selected, especially for Bedazzled events? For
We,
awards, Bedazzled
yeah,
awards.
we have a committee based in more than 35 countries. Okay. So
Okay.
what we do is our creative team sends all the profiles and portfolios that are in the UAE to outside
Mhm.
UAE, because we don't want anybody being related or connected to anybody that we are, for the judgment and not to be fair, basically. So we
Hmm.
choose people that are new in the business and who need the support, who have the talent but are not getting the recognition they deserve. And
Okay.
that's when the committee and us, we decide together. And they get back
Hmm.
to us giving the votes, and that's how we announce the winners.
All right. Your own profile is more active than Bedazzled Events profile on LinkedIn. So I think
On
everybody
LinkedIn,
is
I don't
more
have a
active.
VRB Dazzle. Only my on LinkedIn, I use only my profile.
Oh, okay, great,
On
great.
Instagram, we have VRB Dazzle. That is, and both are active, mine and the VRB Dazzle.
Yes, sure. I already shared and I'm sharing it once again. If you want to be connected to Bedazzled events, this is the Instagram profile. It's very active and you will find a lot of information and activity at the same time over here. You can also attend events, but of course, you have to RSVP for events. So, who is coming to the event apart from
Oh,
myself?
you are most welcome. We have people from different industries that will be attending, from cryptocurrency, from healthcare, fashion,
Okay.
beauty, lifestyle, wellness, cosmetics, healthcare, all of them. Like, what
All of
I'm
them.
trying to do is, when somebody receives recognition, I don't think it should be only in front of their own audience or their business people. I think it
Hmm.
should be, so what I thought was, I want, when somebody is receiving an award, they should intermingle or interlink or network with all the industries. You never know,
Exactly.
everybody needs each other, especially in the beauty and cosmetics. I think everybody, they work with everyone, so
Hmm.
when whoever needs to promote them. So because it's all about social media and promotions now. So, I think everybody can work with that. So that's why we invite everybody and we get them recognized, promote brand. We have, mashallah, ZTV on board with us. We have
Okay.
Madi International. We have some amazing brands and networks that are part of the event. So yeah, we're going strong right now. So I can't wait to have this event. Actually, I'm too excited. But I'm also
I'm
enjoying
excited.
the part, the build up. I'm enjoying the build up. Every
Yep,
day
yep.
there's something new happening. Yeah.
Of course, because people are coming towards you. There are corporates and companies who are signing up, so
Yes,
that makes a big
yes.
difference.
Yes, even
So,
people. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What difference does Bedazzle events make in fashion industry in the UAE? Like, what has been a jewel in its crown so far?
I think this is the only event which is tapping on the creative talent in the country and globally. So a lot of people
Okay.
have come from abroad to the competitions and settled down here. Okay. And also a lot of people who are here and didn't want to be, maybe, and they made a name and they now have a career back in their countries. Yeah.
Okay.
So they
Which is
basically
great.
become the bosses from freelancer or working like in a job or something. So it makes, I think, women and people who participate more independent financially and career wise, and they can be their own bosses. And even businesses, what I started doing is, uh, I treat all the industries and businesses equally, so everybody is very happy. I don't see whose budget is what, my packages are fixed and they come according to that. They say, oh, this is so fair, it's the same for everybody, and I keep it to the minimum, bare minimum, so that I have the opportunity to promote these people and these businesses, you know because I want people to know that instead of paying their 5, 10, or 3,000 dirhams on social media, the same amount we promote them on a very international platform.
Yeah.
So once people come, they understand it, they're like, wow, this is great. But there are people who are still, I think, confused about it, because I think I never get the proper time to promote the event beforehand. Unless I have channels on board, like I had in the last three events. So first two were a big struggle, but now it's alhamdulillah great. Like people know with the word of mouth and all these things, channels, social media. We have so many platforms now, and we have you now. So it helps. For people to
Definitely.
connect with us and form that bridge. To reach us. So yeah, we're all. The main idea is to promote talented people, creative people. We also have a talent championship coming around the corner. We have so much going on. I think we need to sit down and talk or do another show for this. There's a lot happening, mashallah. Yeah.
Great. So where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? You will be
Wow.
launching more
Heavy
companies, or you
question.
are going to grow the same?
I think I see. I live by the day. I'm just too excited about today and how this is going to go. And maximum, I think about till tomorrow morning. Like
Okay,
when
that's good.
so because when I wake up, I don't wake up. I don't know as how to call it. I don't wake up like a normal person. I jump off my bed because I'm so excited to see what the day holds for me. I'm too excited to see how different it's going to be. And alhamdulillah, every day is different for me because I deal with people. Not a job that's written. Like a script for me that I have to do this. So I choose my own day how I work around it. And what I want to do and what I will be doing, I think the same thing on a larger scale. Now we are active
Yeah.
in more than 70 plus countries, 78 countries now. And I want to take it to 100 countries and come up with new concepts that can bring all these countries together. So my main idea is to promote tourism, friendship between countries, diplomacy, education, healthcare, to do something for the orphan children, and that's my main thing. That's my driving force, basically.
Right, right. So, do you have a training program where you encourage people and train them to follow their talents?
No, I don't, but thanks for the idea. But honestly,
You
I
can
just speak
have
from,
that. This is something to.
but I speak from my heart, so I don't know if people want to listen to me and pay me for it or for the package. But yeah, I wouldn't mind to mentor people because I do it very happily, even on a phone call. So
Yeah.
if somebody wants to get an idea or advice on business, with health or with their lives, I'm happy to do so. I mean, I can just speak to them person to person and solve it for them. You know, I'm willing to help basically because uh, I that makes me happy. You know, and also my livelihood doesn't depend on making money out of giving away my services as a person. So I'm very comfortable, helping out people because I don't have anything like gain. I'm happy if they gain something out of it. You know,
Okay,
simple
that's
as that.
great. That's good to know. So, what according to you is the recipe of success?
Recipe of success. First is mother's blessings. Second is father's blessings. Third is keep a balance between your personal life and your business to keep a proper balance between that. They make time for everything. Life is a mixture of spices. It cannot be just one thing that makes it work. And yeah, try to control your emotions. For example, like I think a lot gets ruined because of ego or anger, these kind of things. And because luckily, alhamdulillah, I worked a lot on not being envious and not being jealous of anybody, and all these things. I think it helps you to be more happy, calm, relaxed, and focus on what you want to do.
Yeah,
And
true.
yeah, so I think that's the recipe of success: not wasting your time worrying about what's happened or what can be horrible, to work on whatever you want to do. It just works out somehow. This is the nature that God created all of us. It works out. It just happens. It works out. You just need to be having a good core intention, and just put your positivity into it. There will be a lot of struggles, a lot of them. See, whether you are doing something or not, the struggles are going to be there.
They're
So
going to be
better,
there.
yeah. So better choose the struggles that you're doing something, and something will happen out of it.
Something that makes you happy in the end.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, did working on events in 78 different countries involve a lot of tiring traveling?
Yeah, traveling, yes, which I enjoyed. I don't know why you made the pain face.
I made this because I'm
Yeah.
not able to travel at the moment. I
No,
wanted
no.
to go on
I love
vacation, but
traveling.
I couldn't.
I love
Then,
traveling, and I used
when
to
I,
travel to.
yeah,
I
yeah,
used to travel almost 12 countries a year before. You know,
okay.
so it was a lot of traveling, but the best time of my life. I mean, those last 9 years, the best time of my life because
Mm.
different kind of people, different kind of foods, shisha, which we shouldn't do. It's not good for health. Yeah, but then, but then again, you learn so much. You become. I think if you want to become a person who has humility, respect,
Yeah,
acceptance, and understanding, and being non-judgmental, you need to travel. Once you
yeah,
start doing that, you start becoming a different person. It changes you as a person. It's like food for your soul. And
okay.
it just changes you. You become a spiritual person automatically because the more you travel, the more places you see, the people you meet, you're like, wow, God made us and this and all around us, and this is perfect. And you don't have, you are happy to be living in the moment. Then
Yeah.
you're not worrying about things. I mean, if God can make this world and so beautiful and so many people out of it, so I think any problem can be solved. There's nothing too big to be solved or resolved.
Mm. I agree with you. You're an
Yeah, but
extremely optimistic person with a
thank
very
you.
healthy mindset. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying our conversation very much. So now, you got me thinking into again about my travel plans. I know I cannot, but I would love to. Okay. So, are you reading a lot of books?
No, I don't read a lot of books. I've read
I used
religions.
to read a lot of books, but now I
I
cannot
stopped.
because there is no time.
Okay, no, I think I could make time to read, but I'll tell you why I don't read. And I
Okay.
mentioned it at your event as well, because I've read 5 religious books. I've read the Bhagavad Gita, the Vedas, all the New Testaments, and I've read the Quran and the Torah. I read all these books. So whatever these religions are speaking about are the same things that we read in the books today by the
Hmm.
well-known authors, but making it maybe, let's say, more understandable and easy English, more accessible, understandable in our vocabulary of today, and making it more interesting and giving it sound effects and music and all these things to attract our emotions and us. So I think if you read these books, I think it'll then anything you hear that's coming out in the new books is the same thing, just presented in a nice covered thing. But I
Hmm.
think if you go back to your roots and read any religious books, I think these are the same secrets people are talking about in these different books. Yeah, I do read, what you call anything for general knowledge. Yes, I
Okay.
do read that, like what's happening in the world and what's uh, what's good before you travel to some country. These things that you need to know, basic sensible stuff. But I never
Hmm.
try to read the books today because I think they're more made for manipulation. That's my personal opinion. Doesn't have to be right. But I feel it's more about manipulating your mind into believing you become smart suddenly. Just after reading 3, 4 books. But actually, that's not the fact. It's how you understand the book what makes a
Yeah.
difference. So it's better that you go back to your roots and read your religious books, whichever religion you belong to. I think there's no more knowledge than you can gain from there, which actually they have copied and put in their books with the better covers, basically. Yeah. So that's why I don't read books. I don't want to be manipulated into, preparation of what's going to come. I'm fine. Yeah.
Oh,
I like to
great.
read about business. Yes, about business, about updates, technology. I like to read about healthcare, fashion, beauty industry, all the things that are
Okay.
part of my business. I do it. Yeah, but not those books which people
Okay.
read and
Very
think, oh, suddenly today I'm intelligent. No, not those books. Yeah.
okay. All right. One message for the entrepreneur who are in the making of being successful.
Wow. See, being successful shouldn't be you know, uh, the
Benjamin.
how you say the bar for reaching. I don't think it's about being successful. It's about proving to yourself that I have this idea and I can do it differently or in a way that people will love to be a part of. I think it's about more bringing people together and if it's successful, then maybe you make something out of it or jump to doing something else. I don't think success should be the scale to be measured with. A lot of good businesses are not successful, by the way, because
Hmm.
of the promotional thing or this thing. Yeah. So what I would do suggest is, which is also advantage to my business, my advice is that when you are doing a business, make sure that you have a budget to promote it as well. Because if you bake a
Yeah.
cake and you're not able to promote it to show people that you have it in your bakery, it's going to rot and nobody's going to buy it, and you're going to be the loser at the end. Even if you're the chef of the best cake in the world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is why you have my platform. So whoever is into business, whoever wants to launch something, wants to do something. Oh, that's a good sales pitch, by the way. I like it. So so this
The
is what
cake
I
in
do.
charcoal is a good sales pitch. Yeah.
Yeah, see, it just turned out to be naturally. But alhamdulillah, this is what I do. So I want
Yeah.
people to take seriously. Don't think that if you're spending on marketing or promotion, it's a waste of money. It's not. You're not living 100 years behind where you have to fully rely on word of mouth. Word of mouth is one of the strategies, not the only strategy that you should stick to in today's times. Now there are many platforms, and we should take advantage of that. If you and people who do that are the ones, or trying to learn, are the ones who actually believe in the brand and the product.
Hmm.
They will go
Hmm.
to all the ways, to make it a success. Yeah. So my advice would be to keep working till you think this is the best version of your work. And if your best version is not to the level of success or accepted or making money out of it, then it's time to move to something else, come up with something else, don't give up. But in the beginning, try to make a capital that you can rely on because you don't want your parents to hate you. Because even family disowns you after a certain amount of time, where they're like, this is never getting over, like you're like completely depending on us.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to go through that kind of embarrassment or rejection and you want to be loved by your family, I think it's always good to be independent financially before you take a leap of faith. And of course it's good to do that, but make sure you are not harming anybody else in your family, friends, or any circle, when you're making this decision. I think you owe it to yourself, and I nobody else owes it to us. So I think we should be responsible for that risk we are taking. We should not be like, oh, I'm going to die from the cliff, and if my parachute doesn't work, my mom, dad, or brothers will throw their parachute to us. No, even they need to survive. So we need to be careful about that, and I think that's it. Right? Have a little bit of capital, have some good friends, make a network, have experience, so that you have a network of people that if you do a business, they will come and it's related to them and they will want to be a part of it. That's
Yeah.
it. I
Right.
think it'll work out.
We have a
In the end, it
question.
worked out. Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
we have a question from someone. Amit Singh is saying, "How do improve myself in all time?"
How to improve myself in all time? I didn't get it.
He wants
He's
to
talking
have
about
one life
him.
tip, how he
I
can
think
improve
he's asking
himself in
about
all kinds
how
of
can he
times.
keep improving himself all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Okay. I think you need to interact with people that people are always try to get knowledge. That is one thing that's irreplaceable and you cannot buy it. So you need to watch documentaries, read papers, books, like updates books. You cannot be living in 30, 40 years behind updates. Whether it's science, business, whatever it is. You need to keep updating yourself, like an iPhone. You need to keep updating yourself with what's happening, the latest, and what's going to be in the future. So you are prepared. And you need to make it a habit. You need to have a lifestyle. It's not a one day thing. You wake up, okay, I'm going to make breakfast in bed, and first you need to bring discipline within yourself. From making the bed to breakfast, which I never used to do, but I'm doing it now. And cooking your lunch and cleaning the house. So once you can fix your house, I think then you can start fixing your life. So step by step, you need to do it step. It doesn't happen in one day. Hey, hi, Rock. All right.
He has very long hair these days because he
Yeah, I
believes they
saw,
are
I
beautiful.
saw. Mashallah, very
So
nice.
he likes Burak, and his eyes are hidden. Okay, Burak, we go now. We go now. We go now. Thank you. We go now.
Yeah.
All right. He
Yes.
always comes if he knows that I am live.
Ah,
So
okay, great.
this
Good.
cannot be
He
avoided.
likes the limelight like his mom.
He likes he likes the limelight. In some of the events, he would argue with me that he wants to do the speaking and he wants to run the presentations.
Mhm.
So one day I will host one event only for him so that he can have the limelight that he really wants to have.
Excellent. Yeah, you should do that. Best mom in the world then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mansoor. It was amazing to talk to you. Let's have coffee someday soon before the
Sure.
event. And let
Yes.
me have more insights into the event before
Yeah,
we
sure.
go ahead and join.
Let's do that. Thank you for talking. Take care.
Thank you. Take
Yeah.
care. Bye,
Good luck with your
everybody.
events as well. Good luck. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care. Bye bye.